Hello, students. So, this is your Theory of Consumer Behavior, chapter number 3 of your economics book. Before starting the theory for consumer behavior, we need to understand who a consumer is. So, a consumer is a person who buy goods such as food, clothes, mobile phones, books, magazines, appliances, etc., 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 for his own consumption. That means he is the person who is purchasing the final goods from the market and consuming them just to satisfy his wants. Now, to satisfy his wants, here this satisfaction word also holds another meaning in economics. In economics, this satisfaction can be called as utility. So, what a utility is? It is the satisfaction or the pleasure that people receive from consuming a good or any service. So, the want satisfying power of a commodity will be called as the utility of that commodity. You have to remember that utility is not usefulness. It can be a positive one and a negative one for the consumer. For example, the alcoholic people, they are addicted towards drinking the alcohol. That is for their satisfaction. They are getting utility from drinking that. But on the same hand, it is not useful. It is not good for their health. So it is having negative impact on the consumer. Same way, utility derived from smoking a cigarette. It cannot be useful for a person. It is a negative utility. But when you are eating your meal, that is a positive utility. That is why utility is different from usefulness. It can be either positive or negative for the consumer. When this chapter was introduced, actually, when the theory of consumer behavior it came into existence, there were two school of thoughts. Few economists they said that utility can be measured, and the measuring unit, the unit which can measure the utility, was utils. Measurable approach, that is why this was called as cardinal approach. But on the same hand, others they said that it is impossible to measure utility since it's just a satisfaction level, it's just a feeling and emotion of a consumer. That is why it cannot be measured. Rather, they said that we can compare or we can rank it according to our preferences, and that is why it was called as ordinal approach. So there were two approaches when we are talking about utility: cardinal approach, which can be measured in terms of utils, and ordinal approach, which cannot be measured. Rather, we compare it or rank it according to our preferences. So, these are the two approaches to consumer behavior: marginal utility approach and indifference curve approach. I told you there are two approaches towards the consumer behavior. One is the cardinal, which can be measured, and the other one is ordinal. So, marginal utility approach is nothing but the other name for cardinal utility approach. Same way for ordinal utility approach, it is indifference curve approach. So, cardinal utility approach, it can be measured in terms of util, and although this concept is not so realistic, because satisfaction is at the end, a satisfaction is an emotion, so it cannot be measured obviously. But since economists said that everything needs some cause and effect relationship, everything needs a proof, that is why they said that the util is a unit which can measure the utility. For example, here we are taking oranges. Let us say after consuming 1 unit of orange, we are getting 10 utils as utility. 2 units of orange will give us 8 utils of utility, 8 utils of satisfaction means. And this carries on as we consume more and more. But here the noticing factor is as you consume more and more goods, your satisfaction level decreases. The second approach is ordinal utility approach. Here, the utility can only be compared or it can be ranked according to the preferences of an individual. Also, these preferences differ from person to person. No two persons will have the same likings for all the commodities. Their likings can match with one or two commodities, but for all the commodities, it is impossible. For example, if I'm having one apple and one orange, which fruit will give me more utility? This is what ordinal utility approach tells us, which is also called as indifference curve approach. This is more realistic as actually utility cannot be measured and we can only rank it. That is why this is more realistic. For example, here one apple and one orange. Utility, if I rank them, so the first utility goes to orange. That means orange will satisfy me more than what apple could do. Now comes the features of utility. Utility, the satisfaction power. So, utility is subjective. Why do we say that utility is subjective? Because utility depends upon person to person. It depends how individual is subjective towards his concern, what he actually wants. And as I told you, that two persons cannot have ever all the commodities demand the same thing, same way. Secondly, utility is different from usefulness. We have already discussed this point. Cigarette smokers and alcohol addiction, if we have, so that is not useful for the body. So it is having negative impact. Although it is satisfying us, it is having the utilities, it is giving us the utility, but it is not useful on the same hand. Secondly, utility depends upon the desire. Here, desire means, do you really want that commodity which you are taking? Will it give you the real satisfaction? Because when you are eating or when you are consuming any commodity which you do not want to do, that will give you dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction means that will not create any satisfaction level. Rather, it will dissatisfy you. Then utility is not pleasure always. Not pleasure always means that utility sometimes becomes the necessity of a consumer, right? And the consumer, he himself is not always moving towards the utility level, not always. Although we know that whenever we are consuming a commodity, we are attaining utility from there, but sometimes utility, the satisfaction at that period of time is sometimes different from the pleasure. For example, if someone met with an accident and he is hospitalized, that is obviously not any pleasure, but that is utility. It is giving him satisfaction. Here, satisfaction does not mean that he is having pleasure, but it is actually the necessity of the time. Then utility is related to consumption. Obviously, when you're consuming goods, then only your utility will be created. Without consumption, utility is not possible. If I talk about types of utility, so there are two types of utility we study: total utility and marginal utility. Total utility means the total satisfaction which a person derives from consuming some specific quantity of goods and services. Whereas marginal utility, marginal means extra, so this is extra satisfaction a consumer is receiving from consuming additional unit of a commodity. Total utility, as we have already discussed, this is the total satisfaction when you are consuming any commodity and when the consumption increases. So, the total satisfaction which you are attaining from the consumption of each and every unit, that will be called as total utility. It is actually the sum total of all the utilities which you have consumed. So, after adding all of them, we attain the total utility. Here we have taken example of mangoes, unit of mangoes starting from 0, then 1, 2, 3 and 4. You will find that the total utility starts from 0 17, 21, 21 again, 19. And after this, if I keep on consuming the mangoes, my total utility will keep on decreasing. This is your total utility curve. We know that total utility is starting from 0. So you will find here total utility starting from 0, and as you consume more and more of the units, you will find your total utility was increasing. It reaches its maximum level here and then starts falling. So this is the point at which, let us say this is 6 units. So after consuming my 6 mangoes, I have attained my highest point. And highest point means after this I do not want to eat any mango slice. And that is why if I keep on increasing my consumption level, my total utility will decline. Marginal utility, if we talk about, it is the additional utility which is derived from the consumption of an additional unit. So it is actually nothing but any addition made to the total utility. This can be cleared after seeing the schedule here. Units of mangoes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total utility, you will see if you are consuming no mangoes, that means no utility, no satisfaction will be derived, and that is why your total utility is 0 here at this point. See, when nothing is consumed, total utility, the satisfaction which is derived from consumption will be obviously 0, and here also marginal utility will be indefinite. But as the consumption level increases, you will find that your total utility is also increasing. But and marginal, obviously marginal, it is nothing but the addition made to the total utility. So 0 and 10 you will find infinity. Then sorry, at 0 it will be infinity, then 0 to 10 it will be 10, then 10 to 17 it will be 7, ignoring all the positive and negative signs here. You will find at this point when total utility has reached its highest and has become constant. If you remember, total utility was derived like this. So this is the point at which the total utility has become highest and have become constant for a while. At this point, your marginal utility becomes 0. Here, at this point, you will see marginal utility becomes 0. So at the point of saturation, your marginal utility becomes 0. This is also called as point of satiety. 0. And after this, as you consume more, your total utility keeps on declining, but your marginal utility becomes 0. This point. See, when your total utility is decreasing, marginal utility has become negative. Initially, total utility was increasing, marginal utility was positive. Second stage, when total utility reaches its highest, marginal utility becomes 0. And the third stage says when your total utility decreases, your marginal utility becomes negative. This is your marginal utility. You can see from highest to 0 and then negative. This is the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. And always remember, relationship is very important. Total utility you will find marginal total utility when it has reached its highest position. Here, your marginal utility had become 0. Initially, it was increasing, marginal utility was positive. In the second stage, when total utility reaches highest, marginal utility becomes 0. And when your total utility declines, marginal utility becomes negative. So the relation can be cleared from here and here. Total utility is nothing but the marginal utility additions. Total utility increases as long as marginal utility is positive. Here, this first stage, it increases as long as it is positive. But when marginal utility becomes zero, or vice versa, when total becomes the highest, marginal utility becomes zero. And when marginal utility is negative, that means your total utility has started decreasing. Decreasing marginal utility means total utility is increasing at a decreasing rate or diminishing rate. So this was the relation between these two. Also, you have to remember one thing, that the point at which marginal utility is zero, it is also called as the point of satiety. This was the first part of your theory of consumer behavior. In the next video, we'll deal with law of DMU, diminishing marginal utility, and one commodity and two commodity case. Thank you.